What is up, rap potential YouTube? Welcome to today's video. A couple things going down today. One, this girl getting buttoned up. So I got the new radiator shroud from Charles, or well, new to me, old to y'all. So we got a brand new, fresh, uncut one I got to stick on here real quick. Top this thing off with coolant, and then she's ready to roll. The one thing that I did notice, and this is real unfortunate, and I might have like a more serious issue than just a rear main seal, but we got an oil leak. Like a real oil leak. Pretty gnarly oil leak down here. And it's coming from, there's a weep hole on the bottom of the transmission, and I don't have, oh I do have, look at this. Does this have it? Yes it does. Alright, so on your RX-7 transmission, there's a weep hole right here, a little baby hole. And I currently have oil exiting that orifice. Now, what does that mean? That means that there's an oil leak somewhere above this point on the back of your engine, which means what? That it's probably coming from here. That sucks. And for those of you who know me, for been watching, not really, well, I'm not going to say been watching videos for a long time, but like my close friends know, I've done the rear main seal and the O-ring around the stationary gear like 3 times in this car. I've had this transmission out probably 4 or 5 times since I've like on the car. One to do the oil pan because I thought that's what was leaking, then to do the rear main seal because I thought that's what was leaking, then to do the O-ring around the rear thingy because I thought that's what was leaking. Then whenever I took it all apart to do the turbo stuff, I replaced all of that again while I had it out, and now it's leaking again. So I gotta fix that or do something about it. The one thing that could really be going wrong with it, and now my dog's barking at something. The one thing that could be really going on with it is that there's a nick on my flywheel. So like on the edge of the flywheel, there's a nice polished chrome spot. I can just show you on this counterweight. But like up here on this counterweight here, there's this area here where the seal rides. So when you put this on, that area is what contacts the rear main seal. And if there's like a nick on my flywheel on that, then it keeps tearing my rear main seal whenever it drives around. So maybe we'll have to look at that. But unfortunately, that means I gotta drop my trans. So in other news, what we're planning to do this week, so this will be the next video, I just decided that, well, Deals Gap's canceled. We got the coronavirus stuff going around, so why not just throw my Bridgeport in the car, in the silver car, you know, because I can put that in, it'll run, like no big deal. I'll just have to worry about tuning it and stuff because I can't really go beat on it yet. I want to make sure my carb's dialed, so I'm going to put my O2 sensor in there and play with jetting, but why not put that in this week? So, on Wednesday, Charles is coming over, and we're going to slap that motor in. Should be great. Get it done in an evening. But in order to do that, I need this. Like not in here, right? But in order to put this back in my basement, I gotta refinish the ceiling. So today, my goal, I just gotta get this buttoned up so I can start it. So put the coolant and stuff back in. I can drive, like move it and stuff with the oil leak, no big deal. But I gotta get the front end dialed, put everything else up here back on so it's good. We'll put it out, probably under the lean-to for now. And then on Wednesday, I can put the silver car in here. Today, once this is done, I gotta change the oil in the daily, and then I'm going to go down the basement and try to finish the ceiling. And if I get the ceiling finished, then this will go back in the basement, which will be good. And then it can leak oil on my carpet down there. So let's button this up, get this thing out of here, get it in the basement, and then I'll just show you like what I'm doing with the ceiling down there. Should be pretty cool. So then maybe we'll go drive around something, I don't know. But here we go, fan trap. Let's go get it. Fresh, old. Alright, so I'm just gonna go straight to this. Which fan is mine? There it is. Alright, so if you're gonna put your fan back in, You need to put the fan inside the shroud before you put the shroud in, because you can't get this in there like with the shroud and all the garbage in the way. So let's do that. Alright, now that's in. You just gotta tighten down your 4 fan bolts right here, right there. Put on the flashlight. Gee willikers. We got this right there, don't we? Oh, it helps if you plug it in. Man, we're struggling today. It's also like 38. It's pretty chilly here right now. I'm only gonna be in here for a little while today, so I didn't light a fire, and it's cold. So you got to tighten up those 4 little studs right there, or sometimes they could be bolts through there. So, got to get those tight, tighten the shroud down. Then we get to add all the cool, because this car's like OEM, right? So we got the really sick intake suction piece that goes across here and looks nice. So that back on. And then I got to put all the under tray stuff back on before I pull it out too, just even though it's leaking oil. So just going to put it all on, that way it's all in one place and I don't lose the parts, because there's stuff everywhere here. So, looking fresh. So, it's add furthering. I'm just kind of irked. So you see I just popped the hood, right? Well, with this big radiator, how extra high it is right here. Oh, hood props suck in holding cameras. Anyways, with how extra high it is right here, I can't fit my cool air suction-y piece. So this would sit across here, and you can see it's hitting the radiator, which this one is much higher than the stock one. And you can just see it there, how much higher it sticks up. And the hood hits this and doesn't let it close. So I guess I gotta run without that. Which is sad, because that was such a cool piece in here. Who's calling me? What up? Alright, ladies and gentlemen, the vert is on the ground, oil leak. And as I fill it up with coolant, I'm pretty sure that it's leaking coolant from like a pinhole in the radiator, which really drives me up the wall. Because I just put that big radiator in there because I had it, and then I modified the plastic thingy to fit the big radiator. Then I put the coolant in it. Then I found a coolant leak in the big radiator. Now I'm probably going to put the stock radiator back in because I have it and it works and doesn't leak. And now I cut the stupid intake thing. So maybe I got to find another intake thing, but I guess we'll move it out for now so I can change the oil. Sorry for the camera shake. A little flustered. Back up, dog. And then we'll deal with it another time. Well, let's start. Oh yeah. Doesn't have an O2 sensor, so it's gonna get mad. Will we bottom out? Hopefully not. Very nice. Alrighty, despite having like my charger around my neck and stuff so I don't have to carry it. Vert's out. Oil's changed. We're going to put the vert back in there probably. Let it get a little bit of sun here. While I go in the basement, start piddling around. What's up, dog? Come on. Quit being dumb. And looking sick out here. It's been a minute since it has seen some sun. Silver car's been my daily all week. So, Yes, next video, Bridgeport, but you already know that. Alright, so let's go check out the basement. See what we're working with here. I know y'all don't really tune in for like home improvement projects, but we're going to show you before, and then we're going to show you how much progress I made. Going for that ball. Here she comes. Full race. Drop it. Okay, or run off. Alright, so here's what we got. Get some lights going. So as y'all know, or if you've been around for long enough, I installed a garage door into my basement so that I could keep a car down here. Because car guys have too many cars and not enough place to put them, as always. So, with that being said, once I put the door up, discovered this big white panel up here. That had to have been from my previous garage door. Looks like they had it framed down a little bit on the edges, etc. So new one, full insulated, the whole deal. But what I got to do is I got to like trim this back out, because we can't just be having, you know, drop ceiling showing. I thought about taking the drop ceiling all the way out. However, I have like ductwork that runs up here, and this is just a big mess up here. And I say mess, I mean it's like very organized. The wires are all tidied up, you know, the ducting's all tidied up, but I just don't want to have to like, you know, go through and clean it up and panel it all in flush or something. So the drop ceiling's already there, 50% of the room, or 80% of the room, might as well leave it. So I picked up some of this little white trim. I've got some of this like slatted white paneling, you can see what that is. So the area I have to finish out is 9 foot wide by 8 foot long, okay? Because these tiles will come forward, one more tile. And I need a way to support the edges of the tile, you know, all the way around, because I got to take this piece off that's held up with cables here, and build a trim piece and take the like double-sided one off. See, it's got a ledge on this side too, and then that'll get me behind my garage door. But what I have to do, or what I'm planning on doing, is I'm going to trim this out with 2x4s where I need the edge of it to be. And then I'm going to drop it down with 2x4s, so come down from the ceiling, and then yeah, basically come down from the ceiling, and it'll just hang there. It'll kind of all suspend, and then off the end of the, or on the face of the 2x4s, I'll trim it up with the white, and then at each corner and like edge and joint, I'm going to cover it with this white trim. So there'll be like a 90-degree piece of white trim here holding the edge of the tile up and trimming that out. You'll have the white paneling recessed, and then you'll have a white trim like trimming it out to match the tiles. So it is stripes and those are squares. However, that stuff's already white. It's fairly cheap, and it should look really nice in this recessed area, and especially if I break it up with the stuff. So I'm just going to go ahead and start building it, I guess. I don't know. I kind of have it dreamed up in my head, but I don't know how well it'll work. So we're just going to send it. I got more stuff in the back of the truck. So I'll show you what it looks like at the end. And yeah, let's get to work. What is up, Rad Potential? I don't really know why I'm saying what is up, but hey, I told you I'd show you the garage basement man cave thing, ceiling finished, and that's what I'm doing. So to end this video, there's my ceiling. So I said ceiling, not wall, so I got to do that little trim there, that piece, and the piece between the door and the door. But I'm pretty stoked at how this came out. So, no, I'm not a carpenter, just an engineer, and I got a strong-ish sort of brain and I can figure things out. So I basically framed it up. We've got like a full 2x4 frame behind this, but little piece here, a little 90-degree piece, holds the ceiling tiles up. So you can see here kind of that nice little ledge. Everything's working solid, looks good. Well, reasonably lit. So I think I'm going to add some lights up here. Maybe a little track light or something shining this way. But anyways, you made it this far. I appreciate you watching the videos. Comment down below anything particular you want me to make a video about, as usual. Especially with these rotary cars, there's a lot of things that people don't know how to do, and not going to say I know how to do them, but I can probably figure it out. So, thanks for watching. Keep it rad.